fear. Man, you ever been afraid of something so much that it paralyzes you? I have 2 older brothers and an older sister, so I'm the youngest of 4, and Dad wasn't around, so they would, admonish me about life. My oldest brother, he had already started to engage in a lot of criminal activities, so he wasn't around so much. Well, we had relocated to a predominantly Latino community, and I had met my best friend. And I think that the event that changed was when his mom decided to begin selling drugs and kind of recruited her children. So at 15, when the money was really coming in from messing with my buddy, that's when I ran away and didn't go back to school, and I became fully invested in that lifestyle. She was a single parent, right? A lady with 3 sons. She didn't speak any English either, so no water, no running water. The landlord wouldn't fix anything, so she didn't pay the rent. It was terrible, We would carry big trash bins of water from the garage, so they can bathe and have water in the home. So, yeah, I think anything that would have come her way, she probably would have jumped on it to provide for her kids. We started off just like transporting from one home to another. Some guys from rival areas would come through there with guns, what they did, and proceeded to rob us. So I pulled my pistol out and I got shot in the chest. So when I came home, I actually expected like the older people that was in my life to tell me, be done with this lifestyle. And I probably would have been persuaded, but instead I was hailed like some hero. I just wanted somebody to take me out and show, just really, that's all it was. Put me in jail is what I was asking for or begging for, so I can stop, because I couldn't. My life was unmanageable. I was powerless. I ran down some back alley and a woman was out there, and so she was working me, setting me up. Then that's when the doors opened from each side, from the back, and they was, give me what you got. But I didn't care. I didn't have no pistol to fight them back, man. I stepped on the e-brake and I tried to take off with the dudes in the car, and the guy pulled the trigger one time, paralyzed me. This was the worst. I've done 13 years of my life in and out of jails, and I've never experienced nothing with being paralyzed and sitting in a cell for 23 hours a day. This woman, I never met her, never talked to her. All we did was I wrote her introductory letter, she wrote me back. I wrote her again, she wrote me back, and she just kept writing. Now 6 weeks we did this, and the officer showed up at my cell and told me to pack it up. I never believed him. He said I was getting discharged, I was being released, bonded. And I said, come on, man. He said, stop playing with me, man. I went back to reading, and 20 minutes later, he cracked the door. He said, come on, he said, gather your things. I said, man, you serious, right? And I get the rolling out. I left all my stuff. Got down there, sure enough, I was released. And I seen her name on there, Doris Gail Talbert. This woman put her house up to bond me out. And the lady said, never forget. She said, I move with compassion, and I believe that Leroy is destined for greater things than to be sitting in a cell. I never met this woman. And she put her home up, picked me up. She nursed me back to health for 6 months, and she passed away. Like, talking about an angel. Who does that? She didn't know me, man. She didn't know me. And I vowed that the way I was keep this lady's name, I would keep doing the next right thing. So I never relapsed, never went back. So when I got sober, I still needed to address a lot of the character defects within me, like the ego, the pride, depression, the resentments.
So, we have a lot of different programs here at New River Community Action. Some of those include just emergency assistance programs. Those programs are intended to help people immediately when they get out. They're impacted immediately if you need something like food or clothing or something like that, or if you're having trouble making an electric bill or something like that. We have those programs. We do have our homeless and housing program that can do long-term permanent housing options. So that's another example of another program that's able to benefit our participants.
So I chose to utilize these services. It was the domino effect kind of. It was, Virginia Cares, Community Action, the AmeriCorps program, the homeless and housing program. We have the right as human beings to recover from whatever hurt, hang up, or hardship that we're going through. We have the right to recover. And there is resources out here that's offering that opportunity.
One thing about our program that people need to keep in mind is that our program is a volunteer program, so people are not required to participate. So that is one thing that kind of defined Leroy for who he was, is that he's a very hard worker. He was, very determined, eager, willing to do whatever he had to do to become successful.
So my job is to come alongside other individuals, people that are suffering with this disorder, recognizing their pace and helping them to love who they are, right where they are. Because most of us come in hopeless, right? So we hold on to the hope until they're ready. Hold on, pain ends. Hold on, pain ends. That's hope, H-O-P-E.